This video is about plotting your course line on the VFR sectional, or in this case your Charlotte sectional. If you can see right here is Moore County Airport. That's where we would be flying out of. We are planning a flight route up to the northeast and out to the east, and you can see plotting our course. We actually drew our lines to our different VFR checkpoints. Now, a couple of things about the map. The chart here, you can see here's your north-south lines. Right, there's another one over here, right there, and your east-west lines here. So these are your latitude lines, okay, and these are your longitude lines. Going this way, of course, your cardinal headings are north. Let's get it back on the chart here. North, going this way. Okay. East, coming this way. South, 180, going this way. And west, 270, going that way. So, your four cardinal headings, 360, and we're going around the circle, plus 90 degrees. Going this way is 090. Going down this way is 180, okay, and then going off to the west is 270, and it's 360 degrees in a circle. Now, this in fact is your VFR sectional, which is a piece of a Lambert conic projection. We saw that in the last PowerPoint, and the longitude lines point to true north. So the headings that you're going to plot on the chart will be in reference to true north, which is the geographic north point, or the very top of the earth, geographically, of the globe. Now, when you fly, your compass on your aircraft is not true north. That's actually magnetic north. So it's reference to magnetic north, which is a little bit off from true north. There's about 1,500 miles difference between true north and magnetic north. And so you'll plot your true north on your chart, and then when you go to plan your flight plan, you'll have to convert it to magnetic north for your aircraft. But we'll learn how to do that later. Okay, so again, this is your navigation chart, your Charlotte sectional, and generally your north-south lines here are in minutes, and your east-west lines are in degrees and minutes, and basically one minute like that of on the longitude line here going north-south is in fact 1 nautical mile. Okay, so you can actually use that to measure distance if you need to. You need to do it in nautical miles because your aircraft airspeed is in nautical miles per hour, or knots. So that's how you measure your airspeed. So you're going to do it per nautical miles. Now, what we are going to use to plot our headings, and you can see here's our first leg, here's our second leg, and then on to our third leg. We are going to use the ASA CPR, let's see right there, go down a little bit, CPR plotter there. And basically, it's got a ruler on it, and it is laid out in both, we'll put it right here, statute miles and nautical miles, and statute nautical miles on both edges. Okay, so you can see parallel lines going through the entire ruler section. Then you have the heading wheel here and a grommet right here in the middle. This grommet here is very, very important to figure out your headings, and I'll show you that in a couple minutes. Now, there's two types of plotters that you can buy. One with the rotating headings here, or you can get one with fixed headings. And both of them work just as well. You just need to know how to figure out where to look for the headings on each one, and I'll show you how to do that. Now, when we take off from Moore County, we're going to go basically to the northeast. And to find our initial heading, then you can put any edge here on your course line. You can do that. You can use the center line. You can use the edges or here. And so you can see you've got different spots that you can put the edges on for you to put it on your course line. Then what you'll do is you find one of the north-south lines here. Okay, you can see it right here. And you move, go ahead and line up your course line with your plotter, and then move your grommet here onto the north-south line here, right there. So I've got my grommet right on my north-south line there. You do the same thing with a rotating plotter or a fixed plotter. So you can see my heading here line is lined up with the edge of the plotter. And then I know that going this way, down the bottom here, is 180. Going to the north is 360. So I'm going to rotate my plotter here until it matches 180, which is right there. You can see my 180 here, 360 here, which matches basically the north-south line or the longitude line, vertical line here. Now, all I have to do now, it's real easy. My plotter is, in fact, parallel, perfectly parallel with my course line. So all I got to do here, if these are lined up, the north-south lines are lined up, is just read the heading here. Okay, there's 40 degrees. There's 50 degrees, 60 degrees, 70 degrees, and so forth. Okay, so you know this is north. And it's the in 10-degree increments. Each tick mark is 1 degree. The medium-sized tick marks gives you 5 degrees. And right now, you can see that my course line falls on about 050. So my true heading here, if I get that on there just right, and make sure I'm just right on it, is actually about 2 degrees off. I was off a tiny bit. About 048. So you can see there's 050, there's 040, and I'm basically 8 tick marks over. So my true heading when I go to convert it will be 048. Now if I have a fixed plotter, I do it the exact same way. You put your grommet here over the north-south line, and then your 180-degree scale here, you'll just read down here. All right? And right here you'll have both the northeast and the southwest, and it will give you the headings, and then you have to choose which one's the right one. And of course, if you know you're between north and 90 degrees, you know you would be around the 050, and you wouldn't use the reciprocal heading of 230. So you, again, use the exact same technique. Line up your plotter with your course line, put your grommet on one of the vertical lines, and then read your heading. If you have a rotational one, you just put your headings on the north-south line, line it up, and read the heading right here. Okay, just wherever this line falls. If you have a fixed one, then you would do the exact same thing. Line up the heading, put the grommet over a north-south line, and then on the north-south line, you will actually read. It'll say, 050 230, and you would read the heading right here instead of reading it here. So that's really the only difference. Okay. So again, once I hit my first VFR checkpoint right here, I'm going to take a slight right turn. So once again, I'm going to find my heading. I'm going to put my ruler on the course line. I could do it here. That'd be fine. I could do it here. That would be fine. But I'm going to put it right here. Okay. And then again, I'm going to slide my grommet back here to that north-south line. Okay, there's my heading, and I know I turned a tiny bit to the right. Then I'm going to put right there. Then I'm going to put my north-south line right. I'm going to be accurate here. There we go. There's my north-south line. And now I know I turned a tiny bit to the right. And so I went from 048 over here all the way up here to about 063. Okay, so my second true heading is about 060 right there. And then I added 3 degrees to it. So my final heading is I started out here at 048, okay, true, and then I took a little bit of right turn, so my degrees increased. So I went up to about 063. Okay, so I went added to the right about 15 degrees, 14 degrees. All right, so this was about 048. This was 063. Once again, all I did was I put my ruler on the course line and then slid my grommet to one of the north-south lines right here. Okay, there it is right there. Then I matched up right there the north-south line here and read the heading if it's rotational. If I have a fixed one, then I would just read the heading right up here off the north-south line. You could do it on either one depending on which way you had the plotter turned. Okay, so that is the way we plot headings, true headings, on a Charlotte sectional.